Hey guys, what is up? This is Mr. A. Crizzy here, and welcome to my very first movie review of 2024, the new year. So, in today's movie review, I'm going to be doing a movie review on this really old movie from 2005, and it's also a slapstick comedy film my best friends in real life have been waiting for me to review. And of course, yeah, I officially watched the whole thing on Amazon today. Like I said, I just got done watching on Amazon today. And so, this review is on The Ringer. The Ringer stars Johnny Knoxville and Katherine Heigl. And in this movie, Steve Barker finds himself in a predicament. His friend Stavey, whom he was forced to fire, loses several fingers in an accident. And he has no way of covering the cost of surgery without health insurance. Meanwhile, his gambling uncle Gary is racking up a huge debt. Needing money quickly to help Stavey and Gary, Steve Barker reluctantly goes along with his uncle's plan to fix the Special Olympics, with Steve Barker posing as an athlete, but the competition is steep. And then, of course, we got ourselves like a comedy slapstick film, and it's also technically almost like a sports film as well, since this is like a running athlete film of some sort. But yeah, and of course, Steve Barker has to do whatever he can to try and like fix the Special Olympics, and yeah, and hopefully work everything out. So yeah, like I said, I just got done watching this movie on Amazon Prime Video today. Like, I actually rented it on Amazon when I got home from work today. And I gotta say, despite the mixed reviews, despite the 40% rating on Rotten Tomatoes, like the mixed reviews this movie got, I actually really loved this movie because I actually really adored this movie. It was like so hilarious. It was so funny. Yeah, because I loved every single thing about this movie from start to finish. Yeah. And plus, I also saw on Amazon there was also an uncut version of the film as well. So I think that's probably like, maybe that's kind of like the unrated version of the movie itself. But for me, I watched the theatrical. I rented the theatrical cut on Amazon, like the one that the theatrical cut that's about an hour and 34 minutes. Yeah. But yeah, this movie was just so hilarious, and it was like a surprisingly good, fun movie. And this movie did have some pretty funny humor because I laughed at some parts, like "You scratched my CD." Yeah. Yeah, that's one quote. That's one quote I knew from this movie for a long time. And yeah, and of course the performances in this movie, the performances were actually really good. Like Johnny Knoxville actually does a great job playing Steve Barker in this film. And besides the Jackass movies, I gotta say, this movie, The Ringer, is actually my favorite Johnny Knoxville film. Like I said, besides the Jackass films like Jackass #1, I would say, yeah, besides Jackass the movie, The Ringer is my number one favorite Johnny Knoxville film. I will say, I think Jackass the movie would probably have to be my second favorite movie from Johnny Knoxville. Yeah, because Johnny Knoxville's performance was just really good here. He's like so funny, and Katherine Heigl was also in the film too. Like, she plays like Lynn Sheridan in the film, and yeah, and I gotta say, this was actually one of Katherine Heigl's like rare good performances that she was in, and yeah, Katherine Heigl was good in the film, and yeah, because like this was just a surprisingly fun, like, nostalgic sports comedy film with plenty of slapstick to sit through, and I can't even think of a flaw that I have with the film, because because in my opinion, the Ringer was definitely flawless in my opinion, because I can't even think of a flaw that I can't even think of an issue I have with the film, because this movie was just a whole lot of fun, and it was just very hilarious from start to finish, and I loved every single thing about it. And yeah, some of you guys may have different score, and most of you guys out there probably have lower scores than me. But I really liked everything about this movie, because it was just fun to watch, and it's like fun to watch, and it was hilarious, funny, like I said many times in this review. And yeah, because even the soundtrack itself, like, even the soundtrack is pretty good too. Like the songs that were featured in the film, and yeah, And also another best scene I have of the film is one of my other favorite scenes in the film besides "You Scratched My CD." My other favorite was actually when Steve told his it was actually when Steve was telling his uncle not to use the R word again. Yeah, don't ever say that word to me again. I mean it. These guys are my friends. Yeah, because if you guys know what I mean, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about, like the R word, and of course, some of you guys out there have seen these like campaigns at schools where they're like trying to hashtag spread the word to end the word, and what they mean by that is that we're trying our best to make most people like stop using the R word. Like it kind of sounds like retreat, but you guys know what I'm talking about, like the R word. Yeah. But yeah, and so, oh yeah, and the music was actually composed by Mark Mothersbaugh. Mark Mothersbaugh has composed the music for a lot of stuff, including like Phil Lord and Christopher Miller's work, as well as oh yeah, and Mark Mothersbaugh even did the music to Rugrats as well, and the Lego Movie. Like he's done music for a lot of stuff, and oh yeah, and of course he also composed the music piece like having trouble sneezing from the Get a Mac commercials, like Get a Mac with Justin Long and like Mac and PC. Like I remember those commercials when I was a kid. Yeah, but Mark Mothersbaugh, like he's a good composer, and his music work is very good. Yeah. Yeah, so, and as for the other performances, the other people who were in this film, like Leonard Flowers and Jed Ress and Brian Cox, like everyone else, I guess everyone else did a good job with the performances besides Johnny Knoxville and Katherine Heigl. Like everyone else did a good job too, because it looked like they were having fun in this movie. And this was just a fun nostalgic movie that came out in late 2005. It actually came out during December of 2005, like during the Christmas holidays of 2005. Yeah, plus I think it was also around the same time when the first Madagascar was released on DVD and VHS. Or maybe that was the month before that. I mean, my apologies if I brought that up for being like a little not being on topic for this review, but yeah, no pressure. So yeah, and I gotta say this movie was actually like one of the best comedies of the 2000s decade. Yeah, and I liked everything about it. The best way I would describe this movie is just like a fun, nostalgic, like I said, like a fun, nostalgic, hilarious sports slapstick comedy for all ages. And yeah, because even if you don't really like this movie, then that's perfectly fine. Because for me, I personally loved it. So overall, The Ringer was a hilarious movie from 2005, and I'm gonna give The Ringer 5 out of 5 stars. Yep. 5 out of 5, like as in like a 10 out of 10. Like most of you guys out there probably have lower scores than me, but that's okay, because we all have different thoughts and opinions, and some unpopular ones, and some you get it. So yeah, if you haven't, if any of you guys out there haven't watched The Ringer in like a while, or if you just want to revisit it, then I say this is a good recommendation. If you're bored one day and got nothing to watch sometime this year, then I say this is a good watch. And there you have it, guys. That's going to be it for my movie review on The Ringer. And that's going to be it for this video. So make sure to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet. And as always, thanks for watching. And until next time, this is Mr. A. Crizzy saying goodbye, everybody, and that's about it.